Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partner in crime, Amanda Bryan. And today we are talking about Big Brother 23 and the week of the cookout. This is where we got to see all final six of the cookout in the house. No more hiding behind anything out in front. The celebrations, the going after each other now. We saw it all this week. What do you think of this week?
It was a good week. I think it was finally good to see, everyone at least put their guard down a little bit in the sense of not having to hide anything anymore, not having to hide their alliance anymore. We still got some, one-on-one deals and pleas and things like that we got to see and review. Just if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Bargains. But it was an okay week. I think that the out of the cookout with out of the six that are there, it's still a good amount of people that still want to win and play the game. We know that Kai wants to play the game and win. We know that X wants to play the game and win. We know that Hannah does. We know that Tiff does. So I think that 4 out of 6 people, you know what I mean, really, really trying to hard to win is good odds for a 6-person alliance, and it makes it exciting.
Yeah, I agree. It was exciting. We got to see them celebrate, which was awesome. We got to see a cool moment of them. When Xavier walked in and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cookout." And they all get to
Yeah,
hug, celebrate. Um, they put their hands in like their team. It was a cool moment for them, and they really enjoyed that. You could tell, and so that
yeah,
was a great moment for everyone that was rooting for it and got to see it now. Uh,
I agree.
A- and it was like I have disagreed with the moves. Yes, I have, but I always understood what they were trying to do. The only reason why I disagree with the moves and that wasn't because I was just anti cookout, but I was more fans of other people that I felt like were putting themselves into worse positions by going with the cookout, um,
Including Tiffany. I
including
mean,
Tiffany.
honestly.
Yeah, Tiffany was hard. That was the one that was really really upset about. But so we
I
get
think
to
it's just a season of weekly, just kind of like a little weekly letdowns. Like you hope they make a move, you hope they go in and do something, and then they don't, and they just take the
Mhm.
easy route and stick with the cookout. And it's like you want to see the gameplay, but you want to respect what the cookout's doing at the same time, and you do. You know what I mean? But it just makes it so predictable, and it doesn't make it fun to watch from the outside.
Yeah, we did. I felt like we definitely see some inner dynamics moving forward within the cookout. Obviously, we get to see Tiffany and Hannah talk to Kylan about a final three, saying that we depend on you, Kylan. We need you, Kylan. Let's go together, Kylan. And this was genuine by Hannah and Tiffany,
Yeah,
especially Tiffany, who felt like she really needed Kylan in this game, and she felt like that was her path to get to the end. Is she was going to get to the end within the cookout.
yeah.
But I don't think Kylan fully reciprocated that, and yeah, he made deals elsewhere.
I think Kylan is a good player. I think that he has a chance to win. I really do. I think that him and X sitting next to each other is going to be a really nice fair fight.
I don't know. We'll see. But from what we've seen so far from this week with the jury segments and everything like that, I feel like Kylan may not have that many votes if he gets to the
See,
end.
what though? People think that, but if you think about it, I mean, Kylan's won a lot of comps. How many HOHs does he have? Three, four,
Two or three, yeah.
three, and possibly four if he wins any of the next couple. So he could be a four HOH winner by the time he gets to finals. And then how many vetoes has he won? He's won at least two vetoes, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe
So I mean,
three.
he's got at least 6 or 7 just regular season comp wins under the belt, not counting all the extra little shit.
Mm,
So, he's got a really good physical resume. And then on top of that, he has a lot of enemies. But the reason why he has a lot of enemies is because he was in power a lot. He was in power a lot where he had to make those decisions audibly, stand in front of everybody and make those decisions where he looks like the target and had a lot of blood on his hands. And whenever he wasn't in power, he was close to whoever was in power, which was SB and Tiffany and so on and so forth. I mean, I think X was considered Kylan his number two past Alyssa for a long time. So I don't think that
It's
Kylan
it's
was
it's only this
ever in
week.
any adversity, huh?
It's only been this week, this like last week.
Well, what I'm saying though is even when Alyssa was in the game, I think that past Alyssa, he still considered Kylan his next closest ally.
I think he at times he felt like I don't think no because he wanted Kylan out 2 weeks ago before Tiffany won that HOH. That was his actually Xavier's original plan was to take Kylan out at 6, but when Tiffany won the HOH and didn't put up Claire and ended up putting up X and Alyssa, that really switches his target list to Tiffany and Hannah. I think the
See, but
only
even when he targeted Tiffany and Hannah still didn't see it coming, and they had put their trust in Kai, and they were like, "Kai's got our back. We got this 3-person alliance going. We're going to go to the end." Blah blah, and they were shocked. They were shocked when Kai put them up. They didn't see it coming. That was the first blind side of nomination.
yeah. So okay, we'll get down to as we get going, but like the beginning of the week, we get the HOH comp. We right before the HOH competition, Xavier and Kylan have a conversation with each other. Kylan wants to take Xavier to the end. He wants to make a final two with Xavier,
Right.
and they name it the Gentleman. And of course, Xavier says yes. You always say yes.
Right.
And then we get it's the chicken and the egg competition where they weave it in
Oh,
and
my
out of the
mom.
fence. Would be terrible.
Oh, I'd be
My
good at it.
my sausage fingers would just drop.
I didn't believe in hands.
So we get and it's long. I said that the competition lasted forever.
It did
Uh,
last forever. It's because the stupid chicken part at the beginning. Like, we don't want that. We don't want to watch. I think they do it for children, but like the show, like Big Brother has an issue with their target audience. They don't know what target audience they want because like Survivor, you can kind of appeal to children a little bit, but Big Brother's a little different. It's a little bit of an older, kind of more, you know what I mean, kind of more inappropriate game in the sense of like who they cast and stuff. And just a little bit more, like they bleep out bad words. OTEV this year had like a bad word segment. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what target audience they're trying to hit because we don't want to see the goofy chicken man in the fucking costume making dumb jokes.
what
Like,
you don't want him to say? He act like a evil genius from the '90s. Ha ha ha!
yeah, it's not, it's like, no, we don't want to see that. Like, if you were to cut all the fat from Big Brother, all these stupid things that we don't want to see, like, listen, I enjoy the funny segments, like when Ozza and like with Ozza and Alyssa in her dress. You know what I mean? The fun, lighthearted segments, like I like those, but just the extra Big Brother stuff they do, other than Zingbot, should be the only comedic relief of the season.
Ziegenbach
It's
was
terrible,
terrible.
and it was terrible this year, but it's because they didn't put any effort into it because they're too busy making Chicken Man over here. They don't have the
Yeah,
priorities right.
yeah, it was definitely weird. I didn't enjoy that too much. The chicken competition lasted forever. I felt like if I was Kylan and Big D was about to win, Big D's gonna put up Hannah and Tiffany, right? 100%.
Yeah,
That's what Big D's gonna do. Kylan, if you want to do that yourself, why don't you just let Big D do it and take that blood all in his hands and not break your word when he says, I'm not trying to break my word to people, but he contradicts himself and breaks his word to Tiffany and Hannah.
yeah, but he
It
knows that
just,
Tiffany and Hannah are going to be gone in the sense of like, I think that I think Kylan is struggling with the game of making moves, but not knowing how to do it in a relieving way, in the sense of getting them out without kicking them out. You know what I mean? And I
I
think he
don't think
struggles with that, but I don't think this jury will just hand over a win to X. I think they're going to hear out Kylan if it's them two at the final two,
the
which I think
thing
it's going to
the thing is Kylan cannot express what he's trying to say within 30 seconds. That's all he's going to get
yeah.
between each
He would
question.
have to practice. I think that he could give a good final if he really tried. I think
It,
that X can be dry sometimes. I can't imagine listening to X talk for more than a couple, like an hour at a time. Like that's
well, that's all he needs to win the final tribal. or
And I
to
don't
a
know what
final.
X is going to say. He was on the block all the time. That's his only saving grace is that he was on the block all the time and he didn't vote these people out.
No, I no. People find him a big threat. Everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the house. They literally. Brittany
Found
has
him a
said
big
it
threat, but never voted him out when he was on the block 3 times.
because he was protected.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. Like,
it's good, but he doesn't. That doesn't make him a conqueror of the game. It doesn't make him winning the game. When I
but
feel like Kylan had more adversity and made more moves and was in trouble more and got himself out of trouble more,
but
and that's
people
deserving of
do
a win.
not
When
like
X, who
Kylan
just
though.
never did
People do
anything, he
not
didn't have
like him.
to. Huh?
People don't like him.
I
Oh,
know that people don't like Kylan. I
and they're
understand
not going
that.
to vote for somebody they don't like. We've
They
seen it
should if
time
he
and time.
played the better game. That's what I'm
We've
saying.
seen it time and time again. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Xavier's more liked. Xavier's more respected in the
I don't think
game.
they'll care as long as the black winner wins.
So,
That's
because
also
like even Sarah Beth said in her jury segment that all that little extra shit was unnecessary, Kylan, and that hurt my feelings. You don't think that's going to carry over through a vote, maybe?
I no. I think that she'll bring it up and have her 15 minutes of fame like she wants in that question. And Kylan will pour his heart out and say how much he loves Sarah Beth and blah blah blah, and she'll cry, and then everything will be forgiven.
The
I
thing
really
is,
think that's going to happen.
we won't get that because we won't. We they get three. I think they get three questions each, and that's it. It's a group question. It's not like everyone gets their individual
Oh
question.
yeah, that's true. It's not
It's Big
Survivor
Brother.
style.
This is
Yeah,
more catered to somebody
it's been a
who's
while since I've watched Big Brother
Big
finale.
Brother is catered to somebody with a head going into the finale. If they
The
have a
last finale I watched was Big Brother 20.
yeah, if they have a mentality of I like Xavier and I think Xavier played the better game, it's really hard to change their mind during that finale. It's hard to do that
I
because
don't
they don't
know.
get
I
a
think
lot
the
of
finale is
time.
going to be different.
I don't think so. I think Kylan's gonna literally Ozza. We had a segment in today's episode that Ozza's like, I don't even understand what Kylan's saying half the time. Do you think he's
I
gonna
mean,
be?
but then again, Ozza just made her decision night based off a deal with Kylan. So I mean, she puts at least enough faith in him to make a game decision.
Yeah, yeah, but it's
I mean,
he had
we can't
hours of
listen.
time.
We can't even talk about Oz's gameplay because there is none.
Okay,
So
but she's gonna get a vote. She's gonna get a
she's
vote.
gonna give a vote, but she's
Who
gonna vote
she's gonna
off
vote
of
for?
Xavier's penis. That's what she's gonna vote off. If Xavier is in that final 2 chair, she is voting for Xavier hands down. And
Exactly.
she's gonna convince Brittany. She's gonna convince Brittany and DF to do the same if DF is in jury.
DF wants to vote for him already. DF will vote
I
for
didn't
him
listen.
already.
I didn't say I think Kylan is going to win, or I think that he played a I think that he played a better game than X did. But
I
X is going to
agree.
win because he's liked more. That's
Yeah,
100% what's
that's
going to
exactly
happen.
what's gonna happen. And the
It's going to be a
perception
Paul
and
situation all over again. It's going to be BB19 all over again.
no, I don't think it's as bad. I think it's like Casey in 20. I think Xavier will be
A
a
lot of people
Casey in
think
20.
Casey's a good winner, though.
Xavier's not wouldn't be a bad winner. He just wouldn't be a great one. You don't
I
think
think
he?
if Xavier's a winner, I think Xavier's going to be one of those winners that everybody hypes right now, and then as time goes on, he's going to be downgraded.
But he's not. Okay,
He didn't
he's
play
not
much
going to
of
be in the bad category. I wouldn't put Xavier in a bad category. There's only a
I mean,
handful of people.
realistically, there's only what, maybe like 5 to 8 bad winners.
I wouldn't say that many. I'd say Josh, Rachel, Jordan.
Stop. Rachel's not a bad winner.
Rachel's a bad winner. She had production help twice,
She's
3 times, I think.
I love Rachel. Rachel.
And she had a person.
I mean, okay. Let me rephrase. Maybe I shouldn't say Rachel's a bad winner because she's not a bad player.
She's a bad winner, and she's a bad player.
No, she's not a bad player.
She's a great character. And
you need to go when we watch BB12. Actually, I don't really care for Rachel and BB12. When we watch BB13, you need to have a more of an open.
I will watch, and then I'll point out all the times that she gets help by production.
Who cares if she gets help by production? The production doesn't vote for them to win at the end.
But they helped her get to the end. Without production, she wouldn't get to the end.
I hate when everyone's like, "Oh, Evil Dick would have never wanted that production's help." Okay, but the production doesn't vote to win at the end. The other contestants do.
But yeah, they did. They had a vote because of America's Player. America's Player had to go in. Eric had to go in.
Voted for Evil Dick, who is literally one of the most hated house guests in BB history.
But that's the reason why he got there was because of America.
Because America liked him. That's part of the
Yeah,
game.
that's
Is how you perceive yourself in the game. He
if
was a fucking dick asshole and was entertaining. He knew that America liked that, so he played it up and got fucking America's vote.
but he didn't know about America's vote. He just did it because he was a dick.
So why is that bad? Why is that bad that America likes Evil Dick enough for
That's
him to win?
because that's what caused him to win. Without that, he's not winning. If Zach wins that competition and takes Danielle or him, he
Part of
wins
the
the game.
game. So what if Eric Stein would have been in there and won a 1 by 1 point, and everyone been like, no, but it wasn't a true win because America voted for him.
Oh wait, no, Eric Stein would have got America's vote.
I know by one. Let's say he won by one at
He
finals.
wouldn't have got America's vote because America's vote was his. He didn't get a vote. He wouldn't have got America's vote. The only reason why America had a vote was because he was in jury.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, let's say anyone else did then. And just like you know what my you understand what my fucking point is?
Well, yeah, I think the only reason the point is that Evil Dick isn't a great winner. He's like mid tier to bottom. I know you hate
I'm
me,
just saying that you can't say that America's vote isn't part of the game because that was part of the game that season. As
but
much
he
as I
did.
hate
He but the
as
thing
much as
is,
I
he
hate
did not
Redemption
know.
Island, it was part of the game in Winners of War.
It wasn't a part of the game. Winners at War.
It was part of the game Winners of War. That's why now I was able to sit at the finals.
What? How did America help her get to finals? It's
I'm not
tape.
talking about America. I'm talking. I just said Redemption Island.
Oh,
I said
redemption.
just like Redemption Island and Winners of War. It's part of the game.
And what do you consider? Do you consider what? Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank here because you threw me off Survivor. The
Chris
Edge winner.
Underwood?
Yeah, Chris Underwood. You do consider him a good winner?
No, but he didn't play the whole game like Evil Dick did.
Evil Dick played the game because he got America's help to stay in the game.
But is it
So
bad that he did that? Is it bad that he's like? Is it bad that he's liked enough to win America's help?
the thing is, the exact way the season played out was the only way for Evil Dick to win. The only way. Against anybody else, he loses. He
Yeah,
loses to everybody.
probably.
He loses to everybody because people did not like him.
Why do people discredit that?
Because that's bad.
Why
That's
is
like
it
Josh.
bad?
That's Josh. That he got Josh's votes. That's what he got.
That Josh's
Paul.
votes.
Like Paul. The only reason why he got voted for is because they liked Paul less. They liked Danielle less. That's
It's just
why Evil Dick won. Because they liked Danielle less. The reason why Josh won is because they liked Paul less.
But
He's
Evil Dick was still
Josh.
a good game player on top of America liking him as well. That's my point. Is a sense of like Chris Underwood was not a good game player. Natalie White was not a good game player.
Chris
You know what
Underwood
I
was a
mean?
good.
Josh
What
was
we got
not
to
a good
see.
game player, whereas I think Evil Dick was a good game player, even though and that's why he took Danielle to the end because he knew that. I mean, not only would he get fucking crucified for evicting his daughter on national television, but he knew that she wasn't liked in the house, and he wanted to take her. He knew that it was
That
a
was his only
solidified
way. We're
thing.
getting on a big tangent. We can argue
I
about this
know
forever. He's a bottom tier winner. Evil Dick
he's
is.
not a bottom tier winner.
He is. X would be a better winner than him. So
Yeah,
Kylan wins HOH. I feel like Derek F should have won, or he should have let Derek F won and take the shot himself instead of doing it himself and betraying Hannah and Tiffany because one of them's gonna stay. He got lucky. Hannah didn't win HOH and get her revenge back, which would have happened. She would have been Azza. She wouldn't put one of them up. She would have put both of them up, Kylan
yeah.
and Xavier. So we get that. Tiffany was upset. Hannah was upset. Um, we get to
They were
the
shocked.
yeah, we get to the veto competition. It was BB Comics, and boy, were they bad. They were
Yeah,
awful.
they were Big Z.
Here, I have them right now. We'll just go the Bikini Genie. Oh, X like this one.
Oh yeah, of course he did.
X is like, can I take this one home?
I love how he's just like openly like into Alyssa, and fucking Alyssa
It's
likes Christian.
it's so weird. It's
It's like
so
the weirdest
weird.
love triangle. It's like Christian with Alyssa, Alyssa with Xavier, and Xavier with Ozza.
It's so
It's
weird.
so weird.
So weird. It doesn't she wears a bikini and that's why she's the genie? I don't know. It's stupid. Then we have the Wizard of Aza. Aza liked hers.
Yeah, it looked like her too.
She's like, my boobs look great.
Her no boobs.
I don't. It doesn't. What's it have to do with Aza though? It has
Oz.
nothing.
It's a play off the word Oz.
I
The Wizard
understand
of
that, but
Oz.
like her as a player or in the game we've seen, she's not a wizard at anything.
I mean, no, definitely not. I think that they just didn't have. I mean, I think they just wanted to play off of her name because her name's unique. You know what I mean?
I guess it still doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It was funny.
Oh, we got the flight attendant. At least they got him as a flight attendant. That's the
Dude, I
fright.
think that Brett's probably one of the most boring house guests ever.
No, he wasn't boring. He was the most. He was one of the dumbest.
Delusional.
Delusional. There we go. That's a good word for it.
Delusional.
One of my favorites was the Annihilator for Brittany.
Dude, that shit was so bad. That shit was so.
And then Oz was like, I could still hear her scream right now if I
Oh, I
think about it.
bet.
And it shows her. Ah!
Jesus.
That was fun. And boy, was okay. Before we move on, the veto was forever. Okay, I know
Oh,
it was
so
so long.
it's like
Each
20 minutes long.
each
Felt like.
each each housecast was like, oh, this one has this different, and this one has this different. It's like we
And then
get it. You don't
finally
have
we
to
start
explain that
debating.
shit to us every single one. We
Yeah.
don't care what the differences are all that much. It was dumb. It's like this person has socks. This
I
person
was
doesn't
not
have
into this.
socks.
I mean, I like BB Comics. I like that they themed the week around BB Comics. I liked that idea of like a week theme of a comp, but yeah, they were not very good.
Oh, so I feel like they missed the bullet with Christians. It's the flip tonight. I feel like it should have been the girly girl.
Oh my god. And had the bit of him doing D where he can't dance, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, the girly girl, and then doing like the little strut like over there.
Tried to do D S, yeah, DS
Yeah, a little
moves. That shit was
walk.
so funny.
That was one of the
And
funniest
I'm just like, what
segments
are
of
you
the whole
trying to
season.
do? He's like, you're so offbeat.
Xavier
Oh,
comes walking in. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" That whole segment was great.
oh,
We get Claire gets bashed a little bit. Claire Bear, she'll crush you with her bare hands.
yeah, they've made fun of her height a couple different times.
Yeah,
Like how tall she is. She's like five. I think she's like 5'11" or something.
6 foot, I think
Is
she
she a
said.
full 6 foot?
I believe that's what she
That's
said.
not even that tall. Like, I have a friend that's 6 foot, and she's like, she's not that. I mean, she's tall, but it's not like freakishly tall.
I mean, compared to the other girls, I think she was like towering
Yeah,
over them.
Hannah was little.
I did
She was
during
little like
her,
me.
yeah, her interviews that she said that she started to wear baggy clothes just that way people thought she was less big and da da
Oh,
da. So, but yeah, Claire Bear. I don't know. I was like, dang, they kind of did her dirty. Like that's not even a fun one. Big Z is probably my favorite. It was one of the good
dude, that
ones.
shit was so funny, and he's
Perfect
still so
snore.
stupid and thinks that he's like running this fucking game.
Oh, I love the set of his confession, his diary room after the competition. He's like, I came in second. I'm so proud of myself. I came in second the last two comps in the HOH and the veto. I better tone it down before people see me as a comp threat.
What the fuck, bro? You're not a
No,
comp threat unless you win comps in order, or like either in order or a lot. You've done neither. Has he won a single competition?
no.
No,
He's the only one left
no.
at the final four that has it. No, Ozza won H with
Yeah, I
Ozza.
also won HOH the
Yeah.
double.
So we get
Ooh,
the Lord
really?
of the Latrine. Of course,
Yes,
that's a good one. That punishment would have sucked.
dude, I would have hated that punishment.
Yeah, can
I
you
would have,
imagine? You had to sit there while they're all shit.
dude. And fucking Kylan's was bad too. Kylan, like when he was doing those club sandwiches, like you know how long that shit makes take for every single person, and he had to like cook the bacon and everything every single time.
Hmm.
Oh, I could
I would have
not.
been good at that because like I've done that, so I've been a line cook.
Oh,
So I would just be like, like.
oh, could not.
And he, by the way, the Lord of the Latrine was on a tour of duty.
A tour duty.
And then you have Mr. French. You have him like literally killing people in this comic. It's kind of intense. Mr. French.
Mr.
It's
French. What's that supposed to be a playoff word of?
Frenchie.
Mr. French? But
Yeah,
like, what's.
that's his comment, Mr. French.
I know, but like, what's that a playoff of?
Hannah's is bad. It's Oceana Hannah.
Oceana Hannah.
I don't even get it. What does that have to do with anything? It, it's serving up some hot clam chowder.
What the fuck? Oh,
Chowder.
Chada. Oh, okay. They played off Chada. That's so stupid.
It's so
They
stupid.
could have done something way better for Hannah.
Yeah, they did her dirty. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm like, man. Then you have the Kylander.
Dude, Kylan looked 50 in that fucking. It looks 50 in that fucking
He
picture.
definitely looks like Scottie Pippen.
He definitely looks older.
You know who Scottie Pippen is, right?
Scottie Pippen, yeah.
That's Scotty. He looks like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I don't even. I don't know. I never seen Highlander, so I wouldn't be able to tell you all about it.
I need to check fantasy. I'm listening though. Go ahead.
Um. Oh, this is my personal favorite. Sarah Breath.
Sarah Breath. Trying to listen. I think it's funny they did that because she lied to everybody and told them that she does voice acting. So they kind of played up on her breath, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah, she's
doing
going
that whole
cold
bit.
school.
Ooh, I'm losing fantasy. Yeah, let's just walk past that.
Yeah, that was bad. And then we have Tiffy Toe, which Tiffany enjoyed hers.
Tiffany, yeah, Tiffany's has been tippy toe forever.
Yeah, so she enjoyed hers.
Oh shit, I'm beating Vreeland though.
We have
He'll
oh,
get me by the
remember
end.
Travis? I don't really remember Travis.
I don't
It's
think anybody remembers Travis. Oh yeah, he's the guy that thinks he got voted out because he was white and had abs. Remember?
no, that was Brent.
No, that was Travis that said that. I remember he was like when Julie was questioning him and he was like, "Well, all the white guys with abs always go out first." Everyone in the fandom is like, "What the fuck are you talking about? That never happens."
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
I don't even get it. I don't even know what.
Who's that for?
The hell was Travis?
Oh, because he's from Hawaii.
And we have, but why a cow?
Well, they're making off the word cowabunga.
I understand that, but it still does. The cow has nothing to do with Travis. Then we have Glamora.
You're getting the wrong part of the joke.
Slammer.
The part of him being in Hawaii has to do with Travis.
Glamour Slammer. And it's like her, as Big D said, her workout top.
Her work. They like, what's wrong with her? Listen, she was like, what's wrong with my top? Everyone's like, it's slutty.
They're like, there's no way you work out in that. She's like, oh, I do. This one doesn't make any sense to me. The Explorer. X marks the spot. What the hell is he exploring?
You're not understanding what they're trying to do.
But all the previous seasons had something to do with the people.
No, it's just a playoff word.
No,
that's all it has been.
No, it hasn't. It has something to do with the people.
But it does because they're just using their names. They're just playing off their names.
Yeah, but this is the why.
And like Cowabunga is because he's from like
listen.
He's from Hawaii, so they're using the word Cowabunga, but they're making a joke of it, so they're using like Cowabunga because it sounds similar. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Linda.
I'm gonna tell you some of the other ones. You have Califury. He's a fury. Makes more sense. The regulator. Guess who's that for? Danielle, because it makes sense because she eliminated the regulators in her season.
Okay. But like they've played off, I guess I see
David and Goliath. They just
played off their names, whereas past seasons they've played they've given them a name that doesn't have to do with their name. Is that what you're saying?
No, it has something to do with them. The Meowth. It has something to do with their character, not just playing off their name. And then Dirk Space Jammer was the character that he had to play when he was a punishment. Like the latrine.
I think this time they're just doing a play off their names.
But this is the first season they've done that. Why? Because that was dumb. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're dumb.
I'm probably afraid to make any jokes.
we have they don't have to be jokes though. The bombshell for Janelle.
Yeah.
Then we have King Kaser. Like this is last season's. The
But
birthday girl.
all of them
The
this season
birthday
have had their
girl
name in it, right?
for
Or no, but Brett's didn't.
yeah. The birthday girl for
Mm,
Keisha's birthday. Like,
yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like, it has something to do with their character or their season or
In this
something.
season, they didn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just random play on
Because they
their
don't
word.
have enough to go off of, probably.
They could come up with stuff like the snow like the how they
This
did for
season has
Derek
been
F.
really predictable. It's been a BB12 and a BB16 and a BB23. They're all going to be looped in the same feel.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much we get. So we get to the winner. We went and the like talked about the comments. Like we have Big Z that makes sense for Derek F. But Kylan ended up winning the HOH. Derek F was the closest, but he was like 3 minutes slower. Tiffany timed out, which is unfortunate since
Mhm.
she's the one that's in trouble. Um, Xavier
At
did pretty
40
bad.
minutes, too. I was like, how can you not, by 40 minutes, get it?
I don't know,
Especially
but
when your ass is on the line.
Xavier's not good at these attention to details
No.
challenges, but everything else he seems to be okay at. But yeah, Colin wins the veto, and Hannah and Tiffany each make a case to Kylan why they should use the veto on them. Hannah's like, look, if he saves me, I have a chance to save Tiffany. I maybe can convince Ozza to vote with me to
Yeah.
keep Tiffany. Or and then Tiffany was trying to get Kylan to use it. Um, it didn't work. It was
Mhm.
they had like a little conversation, but it was never gonna happen.
Mhm.
Kylan didn't use the veto, and and we get to the week, and I'm glad this week episode, this 2 hour episode, they did show Tiffany try to convince each person why they should take them, but then you get to see Xavier and Derek compare notes, and they're like, oh, she's telling us something different each.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's Tiffany had no chance to get off that block. She's gone
No.
there. It was a vote to 3-0.
And she knew it. She said she knew it was going to happen. She
Hmm.
should have never. She should have dropped at that HOH.
Yeah, she should have. Oh, we did
Yeah.
get a cool moment before they did this of Julie going on the thing and be like, "Hey, cookout," and they all got to celebrate and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um, Julie Chen was definitely looking for some tea because she's like, Tiffany, tell me what sacrifices you made for the cookout or
I
something like
know.
that, so along the lines. And she wanted Tiffany to be like, I'm the one who did this, da da da, and all this stuff. But Tiffany gave a nice answer.
A nice answer. Everyone's so afraid of being like canceled on television.
I
And
don't
no
even
one
think it's
wants to
that.
say
I
anything
just
controversial.
why will she just ruffle feathers? It's not going to do
I
anything.
mean, no, she's not. I mean, I'm just saying that it follows into everything, though. You know what I mean? Everyone has to shout out their family, and then they have to say something nice about the house, and then you have to say something nice about the game, and then they have
Yeah.
to thank their house guests, and then that's it. It's every single time. I think that speeches before every nomination are stupid, and it never
Uh,
changes anything.
no, it never changes nothing.
It's just like asking, like, if you want to give the immunity idol to somebody else during tribal. Like, they should just get rid of it and as part of the game because it doesn't work.
They don't ask it in Survivor anymore.
Exactly, that's my point. They should do the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing in Big Brother. They shouldn't even have the speeches at the end.
Yeah, it just takes up time. It
It just
never
takes up
means
time.
anything. So we get to Tiffany, and then we have the interview with Tiffany, and Julie pretty much gives her all the credit for creating the
Yeah,
cookout, which is kind of a little shocking to see that she kind of like told her like, yeah, you're the one who did all this, and like you're a big reason why. Is it? Do you feel upset because you did all this for other people to reap the benefits?
yeah.
And I was like, ooh, dang, Julie, I didn't know
Giving
you
her some
spilled
ammo
some
for jury.
tea.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I thought that was
I think
interesting.
Julie wants a good finale.
So in the Big Brother fan jury page on Facebook, someone said it sucks to see Tiffany be the one going and putting in all this work and effort, but not benefiting or but with no benefits. I was like, oh, there's a lot of benefits. X is benefiting immensely.
Yeah, no shit.
So yeah, it was time to go. And then Tiffany, she surprised her with like a double eviction thing, and everything. Oh, we forgot. We skipped over the jury
Oh, the jury segment,
segment.
yeah.
That was good.
When Brittany and DX are there, and then they're like, "Oh, we think that." They pretty much predicted every single person was coming in. SB, and then once SB was there, they're like, "Yeah, Claire's gonna be here." And then Claire came, and then there was
and
Alyssa.
Alyssa. Yeah, they all figured it out. They all started putting the pieces together, and SB is really hurt by Kylan. You can see that.
Yeah,
She wanted to cry when she started talking about it. She said all that stuff that he said to me was unnecessary, and he didn't need to do that. So
we know though that Kylan's a rambler. That's known.
yes.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we get to the. But yeah, we get to the. They tell them that there's a double eviction, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we get to but yeah, Hannah's face was priceless because she had like the big shock face. I'm like, oh shit. She knew she was in
She was
trouble.
so. Yeah, she knew she was in trouble. I mean, well, wait, we gotta go. We gotta go back because we gotta talk about Ozzy winning HOH.
No, we have that was them announcing the double eviction.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's them. Yep, that's them announcing the double eviction. I'm sorry. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Hannah's. I thought you were talking about Hannah at the veto. I'm sorry.
No. But yeah, Hannah finding out Derek F was nervous.
Yes,
Hannah knew on her you could look on her face that she knew she was in trouble.
I think that she wanted another week to try to put her grounds down, and Big Brother took that away from her during the double eviction.
I don't think it mattered.
No,
I don't think
I
she
don't
would have changed
know
anyways.
because did you see Kylan in the diary room? He was. I'm sorry, we're skipping way ahead, but Kylan in the diary room almost voted for DF. He thought about it.
It wouldn't have mattered because Azza would have broke the tie and Hannah would have left.
Yeah.
So basically, Xavier said, "We're voting Hannah, and that's what we're gonna do."
What if Kylan said to her though before, like, what if Kylan said to her though, like, as quick as he possibly could, like, we're switching, vote DF. Maybe
To
she
who?
wouldn't though, because she's pretty close to DF.
No,
I think
Azza breaks the tie. She doesn't vote in the diary room, so
not vote, yeah, but Kylan. I wonder if Kylan would be able to say anything to her after he votes.
no,
Probably not.
they would. She would have. She has a final three
No, I
with
think that's
Derek F
rules.
and Xavier.
Yeah.
So she's definitely voting
She's
for.
going next. Poor girl. She has no idea.
No, I think Kylan's going next. If it's up to X,
Really?
I think Xavier will cut.
I don't want to put Ozza in the jury though because she'll vote for him.
She can go at 3.
It's true. She might win that. She might miraculously though win that comp. Then what?
Then she's taking X.
I don't think so.
I think she would.
I think DF might convince her to take him because they've been together the whole time.
I don't know. I think. Oh man, that'd be awful. That'd be awful.
It would be terrible. That'd be absolutely terrible. You'd be like, we're one of the worst winners in BB history. Probably the. No, maybe not the. But it's definitely bottom three.
The worst one.
Definitely bottom 3 winner if Ozza.
I probably wouldn't put it Azza or Derek F under Jordan, but they would be towards the bottom.
Yeah,
sure.
Bottom 3 for sure.
And it would taint the season a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
If one of those 3 win or one of those 2 win, it ruins the season.
It ruins the season. It literally will be a bottom 3 winner.
Yeah, it'll be a bad
Rachel
winner.
Will be a better winner than fucking Derek F.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to
argue me about that shit, motherfucker. I know.
We get to the HOH competition. It was kind of long too. I don't know what's up with these long competitions. Yeah, it wasn't too terrible, but like
bocce ball. Wasn't a bocce ball?
It was like 40 minutes, like 20, 30 minutes long for double eviction or something.
Yeah.
Because it was like 2 commercial segments. And
Dude,
then
the commercials were ridiculous.
Forever.
Ridiculous.
And then like we didn't get to see I'm very upset that we didn't get to see Kylan and Xavier talk at all about who they're voting out. That bothered me a lot. We didn't get to see Kylan talk to anybody about using the power veto. We didn't get to see none of that. I was like, what the fuck? Where is all this stuff? We want to see
45 minutes worth of ads.
Yeah, I want to see them talk about the veto and if he's going to use it. He used it Xavier. That's a big moment, and we got none of the build up. All of a sudden, he's like,
and we didn't get to watch it live because they've had live feeds off since they announced double eviction.
Yeah, so it's like, man, they better make up for it on Friday's
Yeah,
episode or
they
something. We
better.
better see that because we didn't get to see none of that, and that bothered me. As a so you had to knock off all the balls in the first one. The first two moved on to the next round. See, I thought I heard in the some spoilers that Xavier won. So I for sure I was expecting Xavier to win, and then when he didn't, it kind of caught me off surprise. I was like, oh, nice.
Damn. I'm glad that Ozza won though because she wanted video. I think we're gonna get a segment of her getting her letter, obviously,
Hmm. Yeah,
and we'll get a segment about her family. We'll probably get family segments here soon.
yeah. So Ozza wins. She's the HOH. She nominates Xavier and Hannah. She tells Hannah that she wants to get out Kylan or Xavier. But if you wanted to do that, you need to put both of them up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put one of them up
Who do you think of the four that are left? Who do you think has the least like connection?
to win.
No, just to each other. Out of the
Oh,
four, who has the
Ozza.
least amount of connection to each other?
I say Ozza, then Kylan.
Ozza to Kylan has the least amount of
Yeah,
relationship.
I feel like Derek F and Xavier are guaranteed final three at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think Kylan would take Derek F and Xavier. Ozza would take Derek F and Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
So
You think Kylan would be smart enough to not take Ozza because he's afraid that
Ozza won't take Kylan to the final
no,
two.
Ozza won't take Kylan, but he will
So
also vote for Xavier. It won't matter either way.
Ozza won't take Kylan. Kylan knows that. Kylan
Kylan Ozza final
wants to
two would
take it.
be weird.
That would be weird. Kylan would win. I'd hope Kylan would win.
Yeah.
The problem is, I like it. So we get the
Well,
jury say
what's our possibilities here? There's X and Kylan, which is likely. Then there's X and Ozza, X and DF. Then we have Kylan and DF, Kylan and Ozza, and then DF and Ozza.
Mhm. I
Those are
think it's. I
possibilities.
don't. I think it's more likely DF and X than Kylan and X.
X sweeps it.
I think X wants. I'm telling you, I think X wants to cut Kylan.
I think if DF is there, that X will be the first unanimous winner in Big Brother history.
The first. He wouldn't be the first. He'd be the
Oh,
second.
who was the other one?
Dan's the first one. Then
Oh yeah, that's
Cody.
right. That's right.
And
Dan is
Cody's the
the
second
second.
one. He'd be the third one.
That's right. I forgot that Cody won on all of them too.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
watch the end of BB22.
yeah.
Barry,
So
you did.
yeah. So two. So he'd be the third. I
Yeah.
think. I think Big D would probably get Oz's vote. To be honest with you, maybe Brittany's.
No.
I think so.
I think Ozzy will give the money to Xavier in
I
hopes
think.
that
I think if she knows that everyone's voting for X, she would get Big D a vote.
maybe
I don't think there's gonna
Brittany
be a
would.
unanimous vote.
Brittany would vote DF.
There hasn't been a unanimous vote all season. What makes you think there's gonna be a unanimous vote for a winner?
I think that out of the jurors that Brittany would vote for DF over.
Yeah. I feel like someone's gonna give DF a pity vote, no matter who's he's up against.
Pity votes at fucking final vote. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's this.
That's how the season
It's the
is.
season.
That's how the
So,
season is. Ozzy trying to backdoor somebody at final five. Like what?
it wasn't. She wasn't trying. She was,
She,
but
she
she's.
was. She literally said,
But
"I'm going
but
to try to backdoor him."
but she had to deal with him, and she tried to live up to it. At that point, fuck the deal.
So stupid. She's like one of the dumbest players I've ever seen.
She is a dumb. She's
She
trying
is
to get.
definitely one of the dumbest players that have made it this far. Out of all final four players, Ozza's got to be one of the dumbest.
She's not as dumb as Victoria.
She's not as dumb as Victoria, and she's not as dumb as Gina Marie, but
Yeah, Maria was so dumb.
so fucking bad. I can't wait to watch BB15. So it's done for fire.
Oh, it's a dumpster fire. It's gonna be touchy goey there.
It is gonna be touch and go.
So we get to Vito. It's what the bleep. There were some fun ones. My favorite was Derek F's. Or not Derek F, Derek X. Derek X, DX's.
Derek X's.
When he's like, if I said something to Christian and it bleeps it out and it shows the other people's faces and they're so stone faced, like and this
That shit was so funny. Or the one that was like, I'm gonna bleep all your friends when we get back home. I
Yeah.
died at that shit. That shit was so funny. Love
Oh
it.
yeah, that what the bleep is fun, and
Yeah, what the bleep is always fun.
it came down to Xavier and Kylan. Kylan wins, and we get a long commercial break,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get to Kylan saving Xavier. Derek F goes up because there's no one else that can go up, and then we go to another long commercial. Come
Yeah.
back, then they vote Hannah out. No explanation. We didn't get to see nothing. Kylan's upset. He clearly wanted to vote out Derek F there,
Oh, you can see
and
it. He did.
Xavier told him no.
Yeah.
And this is where I think if they do get to the end, he can use this as a chip, saying, "Look,
I
Hannah went
tried.
out. Hannah went out because I wanted Hannah to go out.
Yeah.
Tiffany went out because I wanted Tiffany out. I could
Yeah.
have saved her. I had the Xavier had the power to save Hannah and Tiffany's last two
You
votes.
can do it.
He didn't do it, and he could say that over Kylan. That's why I'm thinking he's
And
gonna
he wants
lose.
Kylan with him at final two. That says something.
Xavier wants to go to final two with anybody. He
Yeah.
don't care. He thinks he
He
can beat
doesn't care. He
everybody.
knows he's gonna win.
Uh,
We know,
literally,
guys. We know he's gonna win. We fucking
I've been
know.
saying it since jury. If
Yeah.
the six gets to the end, Xavier's going to
Yes, we've
win.
been saying it for a while.
Yeah, I've been saying it since probably since Christian left.
I still think Kylan. If Kylan though will get to the end with X, it will not be a unanimous win.
No, I think
Mm-mm.
Kylan's biggest issue is that he rambles. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And even Oz is like, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about half the time. And like,
I mean,
if
he
that's
can learn how to explain. He's got a good game. He just needs to explain it.
yeah, that's just why it shouldn't be live. Julie Chen, you made the double not live. Please, let's not make the finale live, the jury question
Mhm.
live. Let it be taped. Each person gets their own question. We get real answers, real questions, and we can get a real winner instead of this rush bullshit
Just
that we
rush
get again.
bullshit.
It doesn't need to be
They're
rushed.
saying I'm running out of time, so we can play our 45 commercials.
Hannah, both in Hannah and Tiffany's interviews, they both said they have no regrets. Tiffany did say that the reason she was there was because she didn't jump from the competition, which is true. It
It's
put her
true.
in a really bad position within the cookout. And Hannah says she doesn't regret it. I feel like they might just a little bit later on
Yeah.
because Hannah and Tiffany were in a position to probably win the game. One of
And
them
they'll
was
see that when they go back and watch, or and when they go back and see, they'll go back and see that, and they'll
with
talk about it
Claire
at
and
live.
DX. If Claire and D, if they all go, say they stick together, they get DX out at 5 or something, 5 or
Right.
6. Tiffany has a winning scenario with Hannah,
Yeah.
Claire, and herself in the final 3.
Absolutely.
That's it. It is.
I said
T-
that. I said that whenever I was like, this is the time for her to flip.
mm-hmm. And she would have if she would have chose that
And
route, she probably would have
she
won.
went into the house saying that she never was going to do that.
Yeah,
So she lived
yeah,
by her, lived by her word.
yeah. And you know what? If she doesn't regret it, then what should I? I would have loved to be able to
Right.
see the cutthroat gameplay that I feel like Tiffany could have
That she's
done,
perfectly capable of.
and we didn't really get to see it. It was just her
No.
being frustrated a lot because, and she
Right.
even said that with Hannah during this episode. It was a where I came here to play, and I wish I really didn't get to all that much. I did, but I didn't, and that's unfortunate. Like
Right.
I'm glad for them that they accomplished something that may never be done again ever.
It could not. We never know. I
It,
think it's highly unlikely because of
it,
the 50% casting, but
well, not even just all all the black people at the final 6 for the all for our first ever African American winner. We also had this is the deepest a whole alliance stayed intact this
mhm,
long
the whole time,
the whole time.
if you don't count duos.
No, like a big alliance. This is the
Right.
biggest alliance that
That's what
made
I'm
it to
saying. If
this
you don't
point.
count duos, right.
Right, because there's 6 of them. So
Hmm.
like it's easy to make a duo towards the
Right.
end. A lot of people do it.
The only
Um,
duo that's made it from start to finish is Dick and Danielle.
no, Derek and Cody.
They didn't do it from day one.
They
They did it day
like
two.
I mean, well, the only reason why they wasn't day ones because they weren't brothers.
But it doesn't matter. Danielle and Dick are the only two that have entered the house that have had a deal since day one and made it all the way to the end together.
Because America helped them. Let's not
Right.
get back on this tangent. Um, let's go back and
I love how
just
you're mad about it, but it's still a fact.
it's, again, it's because of America's player.
Man. And they went in as rivals. Go on though.
So that's pretty much the week. We are gonna probably get another we have another episode tomorrow. It's probably gonna be HOH comp, and they'll fill in the blanks that we missed for tonight's episode. Which is weird because it was a taped episode. Why are we not adding it around to see them talk about the using the veto or them talking about the vote? I think it was weird that we didn't get to see that.
We didn't see all of the one-on-ones with her, which was annoying.
So, but it is what it is. It's not, like I said, this is okay season for me. That's it.
Yeah.
Not great. I wouldn't put my upper echelons. I don't think it's sniffing my top 10. I think it's around 12, 12, 13.
That's fair.
I liked a lot of the characters, a lot of the moments. The beginning was fire. The middle was slow. This last couple this week was pretty good.
Yeah.
After this week though, I mean it's gonna be the end game. Xavier's probably gonna win. It's we see it. We've been seeing it. That's my issue. We've been saying it for a while now, and it's just
we've been seeing it.
I just don't. We've seen zero blindsides, and it's infuriated me immensely.
Yeah.
And they're all fans. Like, give the fans what they want. They want blindsides. Excuse me.
They just don't play the same anymore because diary rooms aren't the same anymore. Like, I don't know what happened with editing, but it's just like, look at diary rooms from like season 12 compared to now, or like how the game was played. Big Brother 10, Big Brother 8, Big Brother 12, and even 15 had a good game in it. And then you just don't see any of that anymore. It's all kumbaya, and we all get along, and we love each other, and we don't want to be canceled.
17 was good. 18 was good. You haven't seen those. 20 was good too.
20 was not that. I mean, 20 was good, but it didn't have a lot of cutthroat gameplay in it.
Yes, it did. Loads.
I mean, but everyone still liked each other, and it was like still like kumbaya.
So it was still cutthroat.
Groups. You know what I mean? Like,
it was still cutthroat. They blindsided Brent.
Modernized. It's still Big Brother 20 is still modernized. It still has the big boob blonde people and the big buff guys who play the same game every single time.
Brent was
Big
good.
Brother 20 is a little overrated.
You're crazy. Overrated. You're crazy. It's a top 10 season easily.
It's not a top 5 season for me at all. At all.
Okay, but like
who has Big Brother 20 in their top 5?
A good few amount of people.
I don't know why.
It's a good season.
It's a good season. It's not a great season.
Are you serious? Yeah. There's like 12. There's like 10 blind sides.
You even admit to me that the final is boring.
The finals is boring. The final stretch is boring.
Is boring.
But the first the three-fourths of the season is great.
Yes, I agree, but it's not a great season because it has a horrible ending, just like 38.
You're crazy right now. It's better
I'm
than
not crazy.
Name the seasons. Name
right
the seasons
now that are better than Big Brother 20. Ready? Let's go.
Right. Name
the seasons better than Big Brother 20. 6, 7, 10. I won't say 12 because I know you'll get upset about it. But I think 12 is better than 20. I think that 14 is better than 20. Okay. I think that I haven't seen 17. Do you think 17 is better than 20?
Yeah.
Okay. That's literally, I just named like almost 8 seasons right there that are better than 20.
No, this
you
is
ranked BB 23-12.
Yeah, so 20 right here. 20 is like 7 for me. It goes BB 10 7, 10, 3, 17. 17. This is not in order. This is ones that are ahead of it. 17 I'd put ahead of it. Also, but 17 does have a soft spot for me. So
we got Big Brother 10. We got Big Brother 3. We got 6. Big Brother
6,
17. 6. Mm-hmm. I know you're going to say All Stars.
Yeah, 7. That's 7.
Right.
7 is All Stars. Right. Yeah, I said that. So, but yeah, I wouldn't. That's right after that. I put 14 above it. That'd be 6. That's the 6 in front of it. That's not a bad category to be under.
I'm like, what about Big Brother 2?
Big Brother 2 is probably like 9.
Okay.
I think on the more recent rewatch we just did, it lowered
Right.
it just a tad bit for me, just a
Yeah.
tad. Um, but the characters, what helps Big Brother 2 is that everyone there is a memorable character.
See, and Big Brother 20 has good character. I shouldn't say. I'm not saying that Big Brother 20 is a bad season. I'm not saying that at all. It is a good season, but I don't think it's a great season because it has a bad ending. I shouldn't say a bad ending. Even it's a boring ending though. It is a boring ending. And if
Yes.
Tyler would have won, I think I would have it higher.
If Tyler wins, is a top 3 season.
I really don't like Angela. I never did. So I'm not a fan of
The
Angela.
first
So
the first vote, it's literally a one vote decision. He flips somebody on the alliance. The first vote is a blindside, and people don't even know what happened.
right.
Like it's just there's like 5 votes that season that people are lost. Like Fessy is like who flipped, who flipped. He has no idea
That
what's going
see,
on.
I
We
wish
have
that I
Rockstar's
like.
daughter's birthday on my daughter's birthday.
Dude, I
And
love Rockstar
then you
and
have
Scotty.
then you have her Otev losing to Otev to
Oh
Tyler
yeah, that shit was
helping her
funny too.
win. Like
Listen, I
there's
get it, but there's a lot of stupid players that season, dumb players that season who
but
made
they
bad
all go out
decisions.
early.
I
Besides
know,
Fessy. Besides
and
Fessy.
fucking
But then
Elena.
you get JC. Fessel's a moron in the dry room and just play. He's my little
But JC's not a
puppeteer.
good player
Yes, he
either.
is. He was the
He just,
second best player of the season.
I have to rewatch BB20.
He was he was he was easy. He
You're
was either
so
second or third.
biased. You are so
How
biased
am
of the
I
people that
biased?
you like.
Because if you like them, yeah, you're supposed to like the season. You gotta have the people you like.
There are bad seasons with people I like.
Who? Which one?
Big Brother 19.
19 is a bad season.
It's a bad season, and there are still players on there that you liked.
Who? Who do I like on that
Oh, let me pull
season?
up the cast list. It's 10:30 at night, and I'm fucking exhausted, and we're arguing
It,
about Big Brother. We're not gonna record Africa tonight. It ain't gonna
no,
happen.
that's not. I don't like Christmas. Christmas is awful. The next besides Paul, which I'm a big fan of Paul.
I like Paul too.
I like Josh that he's
Cody,
in challenge.
hilarious.
Cody. I don't like Cody. Yes, I like to storm out. That was fun. I like Alex.
Yeah,
Liked
this whole
Alex.
cast is awful.
Yeah, 19's an awful season.
So fucking bad.
13, I didn't like most of the people on that cast. Bad season. 12. I
You
already
shut your
not 12,
horn.
sorry. 11. Most of those people I didn't like. Like even Jeff and Jordan, I'm not a huge fan of.
You know who's a good character? Serial Matt. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. But anyway, let's cancel this off before
Hey,
we keep you.
fun fact. You want to hear some shit? See
What?
this chick? See this? Remember the Megan chick that quit the first like
Yeah,
day of Big Brother 19? You remember that?
yeah.
I met her online one time and messaged her and talked to her and was like, holy shit, like, can't believe you're Megan from Big Brother, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, even though, you quit, like, you still, like, made history, like, you're still in the books, you know what I mean, going down and everything. And she said, she was like, yeah, she goes, it really sucks, blah, blah, but she goes, the whole process was so overwhelming. She's like, it really, I mean, she goes, I shouldn't have passed the mental health check, like, part of it, because it was just so, like, you literally do not stop for like a solid 4 months. You know what I mean? It's just like audition, and then you're on the edge of your seat waiting to hear if you get cast or not. And then you fly out there and you're instant question, and it just happens. Everything happens so fast. She goes, then you get in there, and you don't know these people, and you're in front of all these cameras, and you can't have a moment of weakness, because if you have a moment of weakness, you're gone. And she said, like, the struggle of holding her emotions in and not having anyone to talk to about them, or having anyone to like vent to other than strangers, or strangers in a diary room, it was too much. It was just too much.
All
And
right,
I'm
well,
surprised we don't see more people. I mean, we see it. I mean, we remember like Ashley from Big Brother 14, they had to drug up the whole time because she would have like panic attacks the entire season. Or fucking like Sam, who was like literally going crazy in BB20 because of fucking, she couldn't stand that social part of it.
all right, well, we're gonna continue to argue, but we're gonna hop off
I
here.
know.
So we'll
Hey,
talk to you guys.
Kevin was a good player. That's the player I was thinking of for BB19.
He's
Kevin
not.
was not a
He's
good
not.
player, but he
Oh,
was
he's not.
a good character.
He's not.
I love Kevin. He was so funny.
He is not. All right. Well, I'm gonna
Dude,
let you
Mark
guys go.
literally reminds me of fucking Ronnie
We
from
are gonna
Ruby
let you go.
Wars.
Survivor starts next week, so our next week is gonna be really hectic with
We have,
Survivor
you
and Big
guys know,
Brother
we've
ending.
watched Survivor Africa, and we have all the notes written.
We
Just
just
haven't
haven't had
recorded it yet.
time. So
Yeah.
we'll get you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Bye.